Welcome back to the Cutty and Govy show. It is the Wednesday before the Yom Kippur holiday. Normally we do our show on Thursday, but we're doing it on Wednesday. Govy, are you fasting tomorrow?
Sure.
No, you aren't.
I do.
You're fasting.
I don't ever eat breakfast or lunch anyway. So to me,
So you're going to fast.
I eat dinner and then I don't
And
eat
you're
again until the following dinner.
At sundown today,
It's
it's
easy.
it.
That's
No
easy.
ice cream tonight, nothing.
Nothing. I'm easy to go through. But
All
I'm
right.
having dinner at 7 o'clock tonight, so it's kind of on the late side.
Yeah.
7:30.
Let me break the news to our 600,000 real watchers here every week. Last week we had a big controversy. Govy, who watches TV 24/7, broke his 95-inch Samsung TV. It broke. And it was supposed to be fixed on Friday. It was supposed to be fixed on Thursday, then Friday. And the guy kept canceling. We had a little bet. He was supposed to come Monday, right? Now Govy doesn't have. Now he doesn't have a TV. Well, he came Thursday, but they wouldn't let him in the building. Right. So then Thursday, Friday, and then he was supposed to come Monday. Here we sit Wednesday. Govy, the TV. The man shows up, the Samsung guy. He waited all day today. Cuddy's in a great mood. I'm loving this story because Govy's miserable. The guy shows up and he says, I can't work on that TV. It's on the wall.
Right.
It's
I had to
on
take the
wall.
TV off the wall.
So he has to run around, find two maintenance men in his luxurious building, probably give him 100 each to take it off the wall. Now he's got this humongous TV on the ground. What happened? The guy's part was broken. He couldn't fix the TV. So now Govy has this TV on the floor. It doesn't work. The part's broken. He doesn't know when he's getting the new part. It's just
that sums it up. I have no idea, but I have a TV in the middle of my.
This is great stuff.
But
I hope next week it's broken.
But you know what's funny?
Govy, why don't you call, Samsung or write him a letter to the president of Samsung, whoever that guy is, and just say, look, I have 5 Samsung TVs in my house. It's a complete joke. I'm a busy guy. I work by the hour, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm a podcast superstar, and I make X, Y, and Z. And I took 5 days off already for this shit show for my TV.
I'll explain it to you really easily.
Right.
So now I'm in another room with another nice, relaxing TV.
You got the cooking channel.
So now that I'm in this other room, because you're a creature of habit, you usually go to your same room. Now I'm in another room with a nice luxury TV and chair. And you know what? I kind of like it. So now I look at the positive and I say, you know what? I have now discovered another room in my house.
Oh my
so
God,
now
even
when the other TV comes back, now I got multiple. Like I'm always like. I'm like a creature of habit. Now I got multiple rooms. So I take the lemon and I squeeze it. I got lemonade. I now have multiple places to watch TV.
I don't know. I think when you called me today, you were a little depressed and miserable. Can you believe the thing broke, the part, and ship? Didn't the guy check the part before he brought it?
No, he didn't.
He didn't check.
But I'm learning so much Spanish during all this. So much Spanish, it's unbelievable.
This is great stuff, folks. This is better.
You know what first word they say as soon as you come up? Baño.
I know some curse words.
Okay, baño. The first thing they have to do is always use the bathroom.
Oh my God! What do they do? Take a giant shit in your luxurious bathroom?
What do you think it does? It lights up.
Oh my God!
You think it lights up and tells me what they do?
I tell them my bathroom's broken. I don't let them in.
I want my
bathroom.
TV on my wall. He asked me for
anything
for a TV.
Don't you love that?
Anything for a TV.
There's an all in the Family episode where the guy does that for.
Oh yeah, that's a long time ago.
He jams up the toilet. All right, Govy, I learned something this week, which is really interesting. We got a lot of stuff with the budget and the government shutdown and all this stuff. But the thing that I learned this week that's kind of freaking me out, Trump sued YouTube and won. He settled for $24 million, right?
Yes.
Do you know what he's doing with the $24 million?
Do you know who owns YouTube?
Who?
Google.
Okay.
So he has another lawsuit with Google that they settled. So he didn't just win the $22 million from YouTube.
Right.
He also won like $20 million from Google. And he has another thing that Google owns. He's going to walk away with $60 million. He's taking all the money and it's going to the ballroom.
Is that the most genius thing I've ever heard in my life?
To the ballroom.
Yeah.
No one's paying for it except.
Unbelievable.
Great. So.
I mean, when I heard, I'm going to pay $100 million for a ballroom, and I've been in all his, a bunch of his ballrooms in the clubs. And they are nice, but, they all look the same. And I said, he's really writing a check now that Elon's out of the picture. I'm like, he's going to write a check for. Now I'm starting to see the handwriting on the wall. All these lawsuits, they're giving him money. It's probably an easy way to get the money. You get a write-off. Give me the $24 million. It's going to the ballroom. You get to write it off, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So, Gavi, we have the government's shutting down today.
It's shut.
So people are going to stop getting paid. That kind of stinks. The army people.
Well, not really. Not really. Everybody gives you their story. The full story is the government checks went out today. So technically, they don't get paid 2 weeks from now. This check pays them for 2 weeks. So it's in 2 weeks is when, if they don't get this deal together, is when they miss the first paycheck. So they have 2 weeks to settle this. Then the shit hits the fan. But what it does give Trump now is all these people are on furlough. A lot of people are on furlough. And he gets to see, are some of these jobs necessary? He then doesn't have to bring them back. So some of these could be permanent, job losses. And most of the people that have these government jobs are going to be Democrats in this Virginia, D.C. area.
Because, most of these government workers are Democrats. That's why Trump doesn't care.
That's why he's okay. He's okay with this. And you know what? It was the Democrats who 17 times they had the same situation. The Republicans voted each time on this clean bill under the Biden thing. All of a sudden, they want to take $1 trillion and American taxpayers should pay for the Medicare for illegals.
Well,
it's not happening.
How do the Democrats win on this issue if that's really the case? I mean, if
they
in
can't.
fact, the holdup is $1 trillion for immigrant health care, how do they win on this issue?
They can't, but you gotta understand where it's coming from. You got Chuck Schumer is being told
he's got to go.
But
he's been there too long.
Yeah, but the thing is, he has AOC. He has this left-wing part of his party. And they're telling Chuck, if you don't shut down the government, we're going to run somebody against you and you're going to lose. So Chuck Schumer really wants to still be senator one more time for another 6 years? And then he's done. And he doesn't want to give up the power. Just like Joe Biden. Did you see what Joe Biden looks like right now?
No.
He has no idea where he's even at right now.
Really?
I mean, crazy. And Joe
Where
Biden.
did you see him?
It was the other day. A reporter asked him a question. I'm telling you, he stared like it was like my dad at the end when my dad had, and this is a guy that would have had 3.5 more years as being president.
Crazy.
So I think the one thing people have to look at really quickly is the person who's in charge of the House.
How do you know all this without a TV?
Because I got other TVs. But the people that you have to realize, though,
I'm having a great time.
is this guy Hakeem Jeffries, who is the lead majority speaker, the minority speaker of the House of the Democrats, and Chuck Schumer, the minority Senate guy. They're both from the same state. They're both from actually the city of New York. So you got a far left city who, by the way, is about to put in a socialist mayor. And these two people are actually controlling the country. So if you're sitting there in Alabama, Mississippi, all around the, Nebraska, you're having a different thinking process. Who's controlling the country? Do you want to have that would be like California. It would be like California's
Well,
making
it's happening, Gavi. Get used to it. New York's going socialist.
Yeah, but you don't have to have the Speaker of the House. When the House
I think
votes
they're
them.
going to get power, and I think they're going to ultimately, get more and more people.
I disagree. I think you got people. I think the most powerful senator, when all this shakes out, is going to be John Fetterman.
Because he's the most rational guy. Believe it or not, the guy with the stroke that couldn't talk.
The couldn't talk is the guy that is the rational.
But he's not voting. They have 5 Democrats voting.
He's one. He's the first one.
Oh, is he?
He already committed 2 weeks ago. So he was the first one. He is the true essence. He is the Democrat that like the Bill Maher.
He went to Harvard.
Yeah.
He's like the way he dresses and that's hoodie and stuff. He went to Harvard.
You know what?
Smart guy.
I was so wrong on him. I really was. The guy is.
Well, he couldn't talk. He had a stroke. He was a mess.
I didn't know he could come back, but he did. Or it just shows you how bad the Democrats are. That he is the cream of the crop.
Show you how good modern medicine is. That a guy that is all stroked out can come back. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But they're shutting down the government, and then Trump has that thing the other day with Pete Hegseth with all the generals. Did you see the audience? Everybody in the green and blue general. How much does it cost to fly every general? They all have their own military jets and stuff. What's it cost to fly them all in one spot?
But he needed them all to be on the same page.
Did you see when he walked out? Nobody applauded him.
They don't really do that because it's not a political type of thing to applaud. But Trump made a joke. I mean, he basically said anybody that's not going to be for this can leave. And then he says, and if you do, you're going to
lose your rank, your
rank
pension,
as a
everything. Yeah.
But he just wanted everybody on the same page, and I don't blame him. He doesn't want the woke government. He wants people that if you're fighting for your life, that you could be in a.
But did you hear what Pete Head says? He said everything is now at a man's standard. If a woman can't do what a man can do, they're out.
Man's standard as far as the job. If it has to be a job,
I think physically.
No, physically, but but let's say the job is air traffic control for the military. You don't have to do 1,000 push-ups or sit-ups.
Right.
But if the job is like you are in the military, in the army, and you have to be able to do the physical part if it's a physical job.
But what was the purpose of dragging all those guys halfway around the world to a meeting?
Because some of them say they didn't get the message correctly, they didn't hear it. There's no excuse now. Every single person is on the same page. They can't say, "Oh, I didn't see the letter. I didn't." That's how important.
They can't get an email and have to check a box that says I read it. Get a test on it.
Listen, it's a wake-up call that there's a new sheriff in town. That's basically that. Maybe Pete Hegseth. Maybe in their way they looked at him like he was just a Fox and Friends.
Do you think they respect him, those generals?
I think they respect him now.
Do they?
I think they know that he's not the Fox and Friends Saturday morning host.
Did he have a teleprompter? I mean, the way he spouted off that speech was so incredible.
He's great. Well,
did he have a teleprompter?
I think they have teleprompter, but I don't think he's a TV guy. Like he can.
Yeah,
he
good
can
looking guy, man.
And Trump can. How about Trump's teleprompter went off at the United Nations? He can just wing it.
Yeah, but Trump can do that, and with his sphincter nerve.
Yeah. By the way, the news, but the news last night.
How do you pronounce it? Sphincter.
Sphincter. He should be doing a Depends commercial. But,
I mean, he's got a problem. I mean, they keep showing all the people behind him, with the faces after, whatever. I mean, my dad wore a diaper. It was horrible when you were sitting next to him after he went to
there is a job. There is a job that when he has a meeting, and like if it's a board meeting, and he's sitting for like an hour and a half, somebody has to go and clean that chair, like just to disinfect. I mean, you can't just have that chair in there. Someone has the job of cleaning the president's chair.
But can you fix that or you're done?
Surgery.
You need surgery?
Yeah.
What do you get, like a colostomy bag?
No. You got to either surgically close the muscle or the hole, otherwise you have leakage.
That's a drag for him. I mean, he's the most powerful man in the world.
That Carolyn... That job is combat pay now because she's always standing. Yeah. Did you see her face the other day?
Yeah. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, she made a big face. But, yeah, I mean, you're the most powerful man in the world. You can blow up the Iranian...
But he's 79 now. He is 79 years old. The guy goes nonstop. There's a little leakage.
Right. I was watching this guy on CNBC today, Lee Cooperman, famous investor. And he was saying, I could barely even understand him. He was so broken down and old. And he said he's the same age as Trump. I mean, you look at the difference. Well, so is Biden, I guess, right?
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty incredible, though. But I feel bad for Trump. I don't know how he resolves that issue.
You feel bad for this guy? He's loving life right now. Look, the other day he didn't get the press. Look what he did with the pharmaceuticals. Eli Lilly's booming right now, the stock. I mean, he basically is going to do the prescription drugs. He's going to lower the prescription drugs by 50%, 100%. Some pills 1,000%. I mean, he has Pfizer building here, so there won't be a tariff. He has Eli Lilly doing
the other side. But the other side of that
Johnson?
is they make all this money and they put it in R&D. Are they going to cut back on research and development now? Because they're not making billions and billions of dollars. I mean, the reason that they charge so much is because what they are inventing is proprietary for, I don't know, they have a patent for 2 or 3 or 4 years.
That's not 100% true because why would a pill be so much less in Europe than it is in the United States?
Is it?
Well, that was the problem. We were paying the highest than any other country. We are now going to pay slightly, 3 points more than Europe.
Yeah, so you're saying Ozempic, which is $1,200 for the month here, is less in Europe?
Yes, it's less in Europe.
How can they do that?
Not just that. Diabetic pills, all medicines are cheaper over there. So the drug companies they get the money from the whole world. Now what they have to do is if they're lowering the costs to the United States, they have to raise the prices for the rest of the world. So now Europe is going to have to pay a couple points higher, some other nations.
Well, think of the population of the rest of the world. India has how many billions of people?
But the United States was the most, we use more medicines than anybody else. We're the biggest consumer, which is another question you got to say.
You know, in China they do roots and they do, you know, whatever that stuff
And
is.
in
Holistic
some of the
stuff.
African nations, they don't use the medicine.
Yeah,
I mean,
do.
we're like a medicine for everything.
Right. So, you know, I'm watching all this stuff now. Are you buying into all this Charlie Kirk where he wasn't really shot? You know, they're saying with that rifle shot at 200 yards, it would blow your head off. And
He hit his neck. Maybe the guy missed a little bit. It still blew off his neck. You are a conspiracy theory. It blew his neck
they're
off.
saying it was an exploding Israeli beeper or microphone.
It wasn't
That's what they're saying.
They're saying it's to what? To blame the Jews for this? Really? Is this the Jewish thing now?
They're just saying that.
No, they're just saying so you could put in your mind.
Well, how about the two pictures of the assassin? They're completely different. Did you see the two pictures side by side of the assassin?
Listen, all I know is they got the guy. His own parent, his own dad, called the police and said it was my son. So this one, I'm not really worried. But you know what? How about Trump's trying to do the thing with Israel right now? By the way, during this whole government shutdown, he's trying to bring
believe Hamas will ever succeed.
So then here's the deal with Hamas. Explain this one to me.
I can't explain much.
No, but explain this
but I
to
can
me.
do better than you because I have TVs that work in my.
I got them. So here's what we're really saying. We're basically saying we're asking the people of Gaza to stop the genocide. To stop the genocide because they're saying it's a genocide going on. In order to stop the genocide, the entire world is going up to the Palestinians, and we're saying, please. We beg of you, let's stop the genocide. I'm begging you to stop the genocide by having a ceasefire so we could stop it.
But Trump
Why
is
are
saying
we begging? Why is the
Trump
world
is also saying, I'm going to annihilate you. You have to make a decision or you're getting annihilated.
Well, if you're
he
really,
already told Israel.
If you're having genocides going on, why does the world need to beg the people that are having the
Because they want the bodies of the fallen.
No. We're begging them. All they have to do is say, here the thing ends. There's peace now. Why are we begging people that are complaining that a genocide's going on that you could end the genocide? All they have to do is release the hostages. Why are you begging people asking for genocide? God bless you.
Excuse me. I have hay fever like crazy. I think the problem is the culture of the Hamas or the Palestinians or whoever the hell it is feel that they can't trust America and Israel. If they give that last body back, they'll get annihilated.
Cutty, you have a genocide going on. Someone says to you,
do you hear what I said?
Yes, but if it really is a genocide and you could stop a genocide, all you have to do is agree to this.
But how do you assure them once they agree and they give their leverage back, the last body, how do you assure that Israel is not going to wipe them off the face of the earth? They've already killed three
You don't think they could kidnap another 9 people? How hard is it?
Yeah,
I mean, you make like they can't get another 5 people.
Right, that's true.
I mean, really?
I didn't think of that.
Really, just take another 5.
Right.
You know, you got tourists coming in there. Take 3 Americans.
So how's this end? I mean, if Trump pulls this off, he's going to be on Mount Rushmore.
How does it end? I'll tell you how it ends. When you have the rest of the European, when you have the Arab world, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, even Pakistan, they're all on board. They're basically telling Hamas, end it. If they don't end it, they got permission to like wipe them all out. This is it. This is like the final thing. They have a deadline, October 7th. They need this. This must end before 2 years comes up.
But it's so underhanded. I mean, Qatar was supporting, all those leaders were living over.
It's 2 years coming up. Donald Trump, before October 7th, this thing's done and the prisoners are done. It's October 1st today. They got 6 days.
And what happens?
They're either wiped out. But they have 6 days.
I don't
October 7th is not coming. The anniversary of 2 years is not going to come at status quo. So you got 6 days.
So they're willing, the Israelis are willing never to get the bodies back or the live people.
Listen, you're willing. Donald, here's what Bibi had to do. He had to call up Qatar. He had to apologize in the White House in the Oval Office. He apologized for taking out some of the other leaders. He's willing to do the 2-state. I mean, Trump, bent the arm of Bibi. Bibi is saying, okay. The whole world is agreeing. The Arab nations is agreeing. They don't take it. It's on them. And I don't think Hamas will be protected, God bless you, by Qatar. So now Qatar's going to say up to the top guys that are billionaires, you no longer have protection here. They don't have a choice.
They've managed for how many decades to just.
It's done. I'm telling you, this is it. I've been right on everything. I have my own hat.
Yeah,
Gavy's
you
been
have
right on
been
everything.
right. You have been right, Govy.
So now let me ask this question.
I have a fun subject though. I want to talk about Super Bowl. This Bad Buddy. This guy
Bad Bunny. I met him.
What is he? What's his
Bad
name?
Bunny. I met him. I sat with him at the Baseball World Classic.
He's doing the halftime show in front of a skillion people. Why? Really? I mean, you need this guy for your halftime show. Why can't he? Hates America. He claims he lives in Puerto Rico, which isn't America, right? He hates ICE. He hates everybody.
Well, I think it's deeper than that. I think what a lot of people don't know about Bad Bunny is the person in charge of our halftime show is Jay-Z.
Yeah, why is Jay-Z in charge?
Because they put him in charge for like 5 years to pick the talent and everything. Jay-Z is also a sports agent. Rock Nation is a major sports agent player. So a lot of people would say, okay. Now, most people don't know that Bad Bunny is a sports agent. And most people don't know that Bad Bunny has a tremendous amount of Major League Baseball players.
Does he buy watches from you?
But Bad Bunny has a lot of baseball players, Latin American players, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, all of Latin America. A lot of those players sign with Bad Bunny. So this guy's in the sports agent business. Jay-Z's in the sports agent business.
Do you know the whole show's going to be in Spanish?
I know. Because they want to get
retarded, Govy.
What's retarded is that the guy spoke too soon and said, I will not put on a show in the United States because of the way ICE is treating everybody. Now, if Donald Trump wanted to, because I think the NFL basically gave an FU to Donald Trump by picking this guy and Jay-Z. Never should have happened because he's not having a concert in the United States. What Donald Trump could do now...
Oh, yeah, elaborate on that. The guy refuses, this Bad Bunny, refuses to do a concert in the United States of America.
Because of ICE.
But yet, he's going to be the halftime
right, so it's
show
very
at the Super Bowl.
hypocritical. So now what Donald Trump could do is he could say to Bad Bunny, just want you to know, I'm going to have ICE surrounding the entire stadium for the whole week of the Super Bowl. It's going to be an ICE convention there.
Wow.
If you show up, if you perform, it's going to be an ICE convention. Now maybe Bad Bunny will drop out. That's the only thing Trump could do because this is, to me, sort of like a slap in his face. But I think it has to do with they're both sports agents. They're both in the entertainment business. And I think it's a way that Jay-Z is actually doing a business deal with Bad Bunny.
Well, who gets the rights to this show? Fox?
This year?
Because Fox has leverage.
No, I don't think it's Fox this year. I think it's going to be CBS or something.
All right, can't Trump lean on CBS and say, look, this guy can't come on?
I don't think he trusts CBS to say that. He could do other things by just saying to Bad Bunny it's going to be an ICE convention the whole week, and because of you, and maybe Bad Bunny will say, hey, I don't want that to happen on this watch. I'm going to, and then he could blame it on Trump. I'm going to bail out.
But I just think, the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. It's the biggest. I mean, what bad judgment? Why not pick Neil Sedaka? I don't know. Pick somebody
Didn't they have
that's
Kendall
vanilla.
Lamar or something last year? So they had another one last.
Well, they've all been JV.
I mean, they could have gone with maybe a little country this year. But the bottom line is I think Jay-Z and Bad Bunny, I think they have a business deal that they're in sports and in entertainment. And it's like, hey, I could throw you the Super Bowl. Let's do this. And I think that's the part that no one realizes, that Bad Bunny is a sports agent.
But, the Super Bowl's an unpaid act. These guys don't get money for it.
He's growing another, like I said, there's a business deal between.
He's growing a brand.
Right. Maybe Jay-Z wants to cut him in. Maybe they try to talk about getting a casino.
But when I heard about it, and I asked a bunch of different people nobody knows who he is. Who is this guy?
He's huge. I know who he is.
Huge. What's his song? Do you know what?
I don't know suspense, but he's one of the largest. He's probably one of the biggest in the music industry in the world.
Really?
I sat next to him 2 years ago during that World Baseball thing in Miami. No, because I was asking questions. I was here. It was him and Eduardo Perez, who does ESPN baseball. Tony Perez's son.
Right.
Very knowledgeable on the whole. Like they were giving me.
Did he speak English?
Bad Bunny? Yes. Yeah.
Why is the halftime show have to be all in Spanish?
Because it's music in Spanish, but he speaks English fine. And all those guys.
Good.
So he's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. I'm telling you, this has to do with sports agency and everything else, the music, and that's why it is. So I got one for you. So there's this guy, Howard Rubin. Howard Rubin was the money guy for George Soros. And this guy's like 71 years old.
His investor?
He made, hedge fund investor, George Soros, this guy. He's 71 years old, probably a billionaire. And this sick guy had like a sex dungeon apartment that he had, married yet, has a sex dungeon. And he would get these like Playboy models, a lot of and he would
Oh, he's that Wall Street guy.
yeah, he would sexually abuse them. And he had a pretty girl in her 40s is his assistant. This has been going on for 20 years, so she was in her 20s.
Didn't he get caught once before?
I'm not sure, but this 40-year-old, 40-some-year-old, who's married to this DJ, I got to think of his name. It's Powers. I think his name might be like Stephen Powers, but
the assistant's married to a DJ.
This DJ guy. His name's Stephen Powers. Her last name's Powers. I'm not really sure of. I think she's Jennifer Powers, something like that. But she's the one that got all the girls. Not only did he get all the girls, he paid all of her bills. She gets $500,000 a year on her credit card. He pays the whole bill. He pays for the house. He pays for her luxury living. And the DJ, who makes no money, didn't even declare this. So now they got IRS problems. But this guy, Ruben, supports her entire life. It's probably a couple $1 million a year. Mm-hmm. Well, they caught this guy now. He's going away. It's almost like we got a bed. Diddy, you're going to be released. We got a new guy coming in. I mean, it's amazing. He's going to take Diddy's spot. Diddy comes up Friday, by the way. This Friday, the judge gets to sentence him anywhere from time served to 10 years. There is a big push to get Diddy over 5 years on this thing.
So what's your prediction?
I'm going to stick to my original prediction, but
let's go back because Govy Sensei, at the beginning, when they first arrested him, what was your prediction? You said he's going to jail life.
Right.
Okay. So now you're saying time served plus a year.
Time served plus a year.
Right.
Now, a lot of people want 10 years, and he wants time served. I don't think they can let him, because of all this pressure, just walk, and I think it's going to be a year. But I'm now leaning, if I'm wrong on the short side. I think he could get more than a year. Him, Howard Rubin, they're all going to be thrown.
I just don't know. Look, what he did was horrible. But
what do you mean you don't know what he did was horrible?
No. I said what he did was horrible.
Right.
But I don't know, crossing state, we talked about it, crossing state lines with somebody is considered whatever that crime is. I mean, it wasn't.
Well, by the way, that is most people don't know
that. You take a girl to California, you buy a pocketbook for her and have sex, and you're a criminal.
If yes, they can say that
she did it because
it's sex trafficking.
Yeah.
That if it was a girl that basically is not your girlfriend or anything like that, and you said, "I'll tell you what, meet me in Las Vegas. I'll fly you from New York there. We'll go on a shopping spree, and if you bought her some gifts and everything,
I could get sex trafficking."
Sex trafficking.
All right. So I can't stand Diddy. I think he's a piece of shit. I think they should hang him out to dry. I don't think you can convict him on that. I mean, they convicted him. I don't think you can sentence him on that. I mean, it's bogus. Everybody does it.
Well, did they convict Donald Trump on saying that he thought his properties were overvalued? That Mar-a-Lago was more than $19 million?
Yeah, it was a crooked judge. But I'm saying, how many rich guys take a girl to California and buy him?
What city did that take place in?
New York City.
E.J. Carroll, what city did that take place?
New York City.
Okay. Did Letitia James run on putting Donald Trump away?
Yeah.
It's easy. If they don't
she was a Democrat. Trump was a Republican. I'm assuming Diddy's a Democrat.
Right.
So I'm assuming, the courts are going to be, and probably the jury pool. I don't know who his jury pool is. I don't know what it looks like. But, I'm sure a lot of the jury
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure to because they sold.
What's the judge? A Democrat?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pressure on people got to hear testimony on what he made these people do.
All right.
So they want to get him for something that legally he should be, that they can't touch him.
Let's do a hard and fast bet. Govy's at time served plus a year. I'm at time served plus 8 years. I'm saying they hang a guy.
Wow.
I'm saying they lean on him, they hang him. Now, once he's in jail, he has great appellate lawyers. I'm sure they'll get him into some, if there was such a thing, country club prison like that Michael Cohen went to. But, they'll start chiseling away at it and maybe gets out in 4 years. I know in federal
a mental, he would be broken mentally. I mean, I got to tell you.
Do you really think he's sitting there thinking he's getting out of jail?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
After what happened in the courtry the day, he thought he was leaving that afternoon.
Right, but now he's thinking, okay, they're turning the screws on me. He's definitely thinks he's getting out here.
I think the lawyer's play is to operate to get him into a decent jail. They know he's going down for some time. and they're leaning on the judge for that as opposed to less time.
Well, this Howard Rubin guy,
Yeah.
they have like him watched because they feel that he's a flight risk. You know, this guy has a lot of money. If you're this Howard Rubin and you're looking at Diddy right now, you're thinking to yourself, get out. Like go to Switzerland, do something.
Is he out on bail?
I think so.
Wow.
No, he might not be. She is turning herself in.
He should call Carlos Ghosn's assistants that got him out of, when they locked him up. Remember, they put him in a suitcase and got him out of there?
Yeah.
Remember that? The guy that ran
Yeah,
Audi or Fiat or whatever it was?
Yeah, he was like Toyota or Nissan or something like that.
But they paid somebody $5 million to steal him away, get him out.
Yeah, that's incredible. So now we have the revenge tour. Remember when we discussed if Donald Trump wins presidency, will he seek revenge? And
I said he won't.
And he said success will be my...
Correct, and I thought I believed him.
Well, I told you.
You did.
So now, how many people did Joe Biden try to arrest?
I think 99.
99 people.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's how many people he put in jail.
Yeah.
From Donald Trump.
Well, they deserved it.
So now, here comes the revenge tour, and James Comey is the first one to go. Schiff could be too. You got Patel in there. They're going to put some screws into them. They just found out, by the way, that they have the link now between Joe Biden and his brother James Biden on a paper trail now.
Yeah, but I thought Biden was like out to lunch. How could there be a paper trail?
No. It's back. They found it through the years. They tried to bury it, so now they have it. Here's the question that's going to come up. They're going to have Joe Biden dead in the water right now, but James Biden has the pardon. Joe Biden, what can you really do to an 82-year-old president that's...
Well, they can't do anything.
Nothing.
And I would assume that Trump would pardon him. He wouldn't let a president go to jail. But, you see Trump's kids making billions of dollars on all these things. I mean, what are they doing any different than Hunter did? Hunter obviously stole
Bitcoin.
Money. Yeah.
One was legal and one wasn't.
Yeah,
no one stopped Hunter Biden from doing it legally. So I think you got the James Comey. This is going to be sit back, and it's the revenge tour. And you know what? Trump's going to win on a lot of these cases because he's now surrounded himself with Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi. So it's going to be...
I just think it's such a waste of 3.5 years. They're going to have congressional hearings, blah, 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 blah. Who cares?
All right, well, I'll give
Do
you
you
a...
really care?
I'm going to give you a later subject that's great.
I mean...
Did you ever watch...
They're not going to put Obama in jail. They're not going to put Hillary Clinton in jail. Why waste your time?
Did you ever... I don't know about that. I think there's going to be...
they're going to lock them up.
I think they're going to lock up somebody. They're going to find out if the auto pen is legal.
I want to know who was running the auto
right.
pen.
Now, I
do want to know that.
If the auto pen, if the Supreme Court says it's void, then you might as well build another jail because they're all going down. I mean, if that auto... Do you know how many people he pardoned? So many people.
2,500.
Somebody was making money on that. If you're starting to open up the jails and you're saying, okay, you can come out, it costs you 10. I mean, there was a lot of money made on this. But on a later subject, did you ever read a comic when you were younger, Richie Rich?
Yeah, of course. That was great.
There is a modern day Richie Rich because it takes money and power. Do you know who that is?
Modern day Richie Rich, money and power. One of Trump's kids?
Barron
Trump.
Barron went on a date the other night.
How do you know that?
You're
reading the National Enquirer now.
No,
You're reading my magazine, In Touch magazine.
This is in the New York Times. New York Times, New York Post, LA Times. This is everywhere. It's all over the place. It's also it's on CNN. It's not on MSNBC, but it's on CNN and Fox.
So roll me through this. How's he go on a date? He's in a Secret Service van.
They take him to Trump Tower. He goes to Trump Tower. They had to scan like the whole building. They had to evacuate a floor. The entire floor is just for Barron Trump and his date, and they can hang out on this floor, and then they can go back to his apartment and everything. But he has so much Secret Service because of everything. It's just known that how he could have 10 Secret Service people around him.
So wait a second. He doesn't even take her to the movies or out to dinner?
Can't.
So what's he do? He goes back to the apartment and just fools around with her? I mean, what's he doing in the apartment? Watching a TV show?
What are you doing in an apartment if you're on a date?
From Barron Trump, a lot.
Okay. So my point is, think about this. He can't go to the movies. He can't go to a restaurant because they have to make sure.
I guess they can get a first-run movie in the apartment, right? He can watch anything.
He would
He
probably.
has a chef there that can make a
Yeah,
meal.
but you're 19 years old. 19 years old, and you basically have to go on a date and say, okay, here's the deal. We'll go to Trump Tower. But the building has my name on it. We're going to go to Trump Tower. We're going to take out the whole floor. All these people, they're just my Secret Service guys. When we're done, we might take Marine One right down to Washington. You'll stay over at the White House, and maybe we'll zip down to Mar-a-Lago for a little weekend, and then we'll fly back, Marine One back. I'll have you back at school.
Hey, it's a dream date. But do you think that, obviously all these college kids have fake IDs. Do you think that the Secret Service gives this guy beers, let him, he's 19. If he was on a college campus, he'd be drinking.
His whole
at the
house is loaded with that. They don't have to do. You're allowed to do with whatever you want in your house.
So you think Barron Trump's, hitting the bottle, with the
His
date?
dad doesn't drink, so I
know.
don't think he doesn't drink. I don't think Barron Trump really does anything like
Does
that.
Melania drink? I've never seen her
They
drink.
didn't share their he only made it. I don't know those things. I'm not privy to that.
So Barron Trump takes this little girl back there. I mean, how's he make out? Does he hit a home run? I mean, does he get the second? I mean, what happens? Is this chick laying down for him?
I think
He is Barron Trump.
not only is she laying down for him,
Does he have presidential condoms, or do they have the seal of the president of the United
they're
States?
gold, and they're gold,
on the outside.
and they're
of
a
the condom
souvenir, and they're a
wracker?
souvenir. But let me ask you, if you are a
Ask me two questions.
okay, if you're a really pretty 19-year-old girl, co-ed,
He's 6'8", right?
6'7",
Right.
if you're a really pretty co-ed, and you go out with Barron Trump for 2 weeks, whirlwind 2 weeks, and then it doesn't work out. That's pretty hard to get your next guy that you're with. That's a tough thing to. Who was your last boyfriend?
She may
Barron
not like
Trump.
all the attention, all the Secret Service, the lack of privacy, the lack of normalcy. I mean, not everybody.
Where do you go from Barron Trump?
A lot of places. I think that the lack of normalcy is no fun.
Cutty Jr. Cutty Jr.
No. The lack of normalcy is not is a turnoff. I don't think it's a great thing. I mean, look, everybody wants the novelty of it,
Well, the novelty. First of all, you're with Barron Trump. You're in New York. You got all this protection and everything. You are on Marine One. You're going to Washington like it's nothing. You're flying up there. Your eyes are mesmerized. You're on Air Force One.
Yeah, but
Why
I'm
would
just
you want
thinking
that
about
then?
the Secret Service? How's that work when he gets intimate? I mean, what if she knows karate or she's a Russian spy and she can snap his neck? Are they in the room?
No, they're not in the room.
How do you know they're not?
They're
What
not
happens
in.
if
What do you
she's
think
a
they're
plan?
doing? Applauding his move?
Yeah,
No,
I
they're
mean,
not.
they could be a plan.
No,
she
they're
could be
outside.
planning. She
They're
could know
outside.
karate
They're
and snap
outside
his
the
neck
condo.
like
They're
that.
not even in the condo. They're outside the condo. Whatever happens.
I don't believe that. I mean, they're not going to allow this guy to get hung up on some girl accusing him of raping him.
They can't. She's there. That's not happening. Listen, Rockefeller was vice president of the United States. He died, banging a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Why weren't they in there to say, "Whoa, let me give you a little CPR"?
It was a little different back then. Now, you have terrorism.
They're not there. Listen, he has his freedom.
Really?
Yeah, he has his freedom. I mean, they're not in the room. He's not making a porn movie.
I know. I'm not saying they're videoing it, but I think they have to keep a watchful eye on.
There's
the
no
person.
way. There is no way.
No.
But it's like, just think, it's not a normal life.
I have a funny story. So I'm watching, when they're all over in England, and Tiffany's husband is walking down into that big dinner. You saw the big giant dinner. She's walking down with, one of the royals. I forget who she's with. And they're saying he's a big shot now, and Tiffany, because she's not the attractive one in the family, is not a big shot anymore. So who's she walking down to the dinner with? Tim Cook, the guy that runs Apple. That's the consolation prize.
Right.
Really. You're going to bust on her because she's going to the dinner with Tim Cook as the person she's sitting next to. It's a joke.
Right.
I mean, the press is
By
just
the way,
tearing this.
By the way,
tearing this
not just any dinner. It's not like a
the
dinner.
royal dinner.
It's the royal, like
Right.
where do you get that? It's a lifetime.
But they're saying, the husband's far exceeding her now. He's some billionaire or something or other, and he's with a royal. He's sitting next to a royal, and Tiffany is off to the outcast, but yet she's sitting next to Tim Cook. I'd rather sit next to Tim Cook.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I got one other thing, since I'm always right. Did I not tell you last week that Mayor Adams was dropping out of the race.
You did say that.
I said it's going to come down that these guys have to drop out. Now it comes down to Slywell.
Let me ask, before you move on, did he drop out because they told him they're going to ruin his life or they're going to pay him? What did they do?
They didn't say, I'm going to ruin your life. They said, we are not giving you any money. You lost Wall Street. You lost all these backers unions. You can't win. You can't win. Now, if you drop out, we might have a role for you after you're done the mayor in the Trump administration somewhere. Maybe we put you on some security type of thing. Maybe we do some transportation thing with where Duffy was. There's a lot of jobs that you can have your hand out for. Now they just need the Republican guy, the guardian angel guy to drop. And then the guy still wins.
Well,
Donnie's winning.
No. He's got Sleevis got 13%. So that's a lot. If he get now, Adams had 8% or 10%. Sleevis got 13%. That's 21%. Those two. I mean, it's a dog race now.
I don't think so. I think the guy, Donnie's still winning, unless he just blows it right now. He was on The View today.
Well,
The View could take you out.
I mean, the thing about Mondavi, folks, and I'm looking right in the camera. Forget all his politics and his socialism. The man he's 33. He hasn't had a job. New York City is $1 trillion or whatever it is budget. The man is 33. He's never had a job.
The teachers,
you're going to let this guy run New York City? Forget he's a socialist and all. He has no business experience. And it's ridiculous.
But here's what he does. He's exposing even the teachers, the head of the teachers union, that Weingarten person.
Right.
Her top aide, her top person said he is inexperienced to be running the teachers union that could be in charge of that. So now you have, that puts that Hakeem Jeffries, it puts Hochul in a very funny position, and Schumer. They have to then say, I'm okay with an inexperienced 31-year-old.
That's not what they're saying, though, Govy. They're saying...
Hochul backed him.
No. They say, I always support the Democrat candidate. They don't say...
Even a socialist.
They don't say his name. They don't say, I support whatever the hell his name is. I can't even say
But he is the... So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's why... And Republicans are going to let New York burn down. It's going to be a horrible thing for New York. But everybody's down here. I mean, they all made their plans. I mean, if you think Wall Street is going to be surprised by this, they're ready. They're down here.
I just don't know what powers a mayor has to ruin the city. It's not like a president that can send the National Guard in and do things and do executive orders. Can a mayor do that?
Well, Dami wants to take over now on all discipline of cops and everything. He wants to be in charge of all this.
City council, and it has to be voted.
Look at the city council. It's all far left-leaning Democrats. I mean, this is New York.
Yeah.
So I think it's a tough thing for New York. I can go into my football picks for you. So I ended up 4-2 last week. God bless you.
Thank you.
Which is college and pro. And I mean, I lost some tough games. I lost an overtime game. I lost some crazy type of things.
What's our executive producer having a meeting out there?
Yeah, so here it is. Quickly, college, I only have one play. I'm going with Texas -6.5 over Florida. Then in the pros.
Where's the game?
I think it's maybe in Florida. I actually think it's in Florida.
It's a lot of points.
Florida stinks. So now in the pros, Minnesota -3.5 over the Browns. It's being played in Germany. Minnesota played last week in Europe. So they already are over there. They stayed there an extra week. Cleveland has to go there, made a quarterback change. So I think Minnesota's not losing 2 games in a row, basically, in Europe. So I like Minnesota -3.5 over Cleveland. I like the Philadelphia Eagles -3.5 over Denver in Philadelphia. I like Detroit -10.5 over Cincinnati. Cincinnati, their backup quarterback Browning, horrible. It's going to be a blowout. And then I like the Chargers. They're going to come off of a tough loss, -3 against Washington Commanders.
So what's Washington's record now?
I believe Washington 2-2.
Yeah. I thought they were going to have a better year than that.
Well, they have a quarterback that missed last week.
Yeah.
And that's the story.
All right, folks. I'm going to go home, get in bed with my hay fever, take a pill.
I don't think so.
And smile. McGavy has no TV, no big screen to go home to.
I have other TVs, and I'm discovering other rooms that I like.
You can't tell me you walk into the house and you're not happy. You're not happy. You see that giant TV on the floor in the middle of your living room.
But I sit there and I say I got other rooms, and I'm really
You got to
enjoying
climb
it.
over it to get to the kitchen.
Hey, look. As long as the Phillies win and the Eagles win and the Miami Hurricanes win, I'm good.
I do have a request for you to wear a Philly shirt. next week. Can you wear a Philly
I'll
shirt?
wear a Philly shirt. But, and I just want to give it a little quick shout out. Emma Navarro won today, beat Swiatek. Women's tennis, it's a Super 1000 tournament in China. And Jess Pegula won. And now they get to meet. My girls get to meet in the quarterfinals in Shanghai on Friday.
All right, folks. On that note, boy, a long show today, Govy. Spirited debate. Govy won 7-3.
Have an easy fast, everybody.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
everybody. Happy New Year. Thank you.